Salutations.
What's going on? Alright. We'll just get into it. This is gonna be kind of a short one. Mallory's not here. I'm getting sick. So let's fucking do this shit. How was your week, Mr. Josh?
Week was alright. Got to finish the first playthrough of Nier Automata.
Yes.
So started up the second one.
Hell yeah,
so
hell yeah.
Fun.
Oh god, it gets so... I mean, it's already good, but man, you'll see what I mean. So good.
Yeah, it's already kind of interesting seeing it through a different perspective.
Yeah, for sure. So that's one thing about that game is, I don't replay too many games, even with multiple ending incentives and stuff like that. I just don't. Nier is one of those games that's definitely a high exception to I spent a lot of time with it. So I'm excited.
True. I mean, it even seems like, the first run-through actually seemed fairly short. Like, I did a lot of side quests, but even then it still seemed pretty short, so... Maybe
they engineered it.
I can definitely see why it's a bit more inviting to replay it again.
Yes.
I mean, of course, the devs straight up tell you.
Right.
Well, the publishers actually, it was Square Enix, Square Enix PR that gave the message, but yeah, since the game itself doesn't seem too long, assuming you don't do a whole ton of side quests, it's not that bad, just playing it again.
Exactly, I agree.
So.
It's formatted very well to do what they want you to do. It's not like they're having you play The Witcher 8 times.
Exactly. I haven't even played it one time.
Got So there's that.
Yeah. Aside from that, then found that steamed ham meme that I showed you.
Oh god, yeah. Hell yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
I'll link that one if I remember.
Aurora Borealis. Yeah, and then got to play some Transformers on Saturday night. It was a pretty small event. It was like a very impromptu turbo event, which the rules is it's really easy. Like, you just buy 2 packs and you use the cards from that. So the cards you get, that is going to be your deck.
That's cool.
And then you randomly choose the characters that you open. So it's kind of neat. Like, it's sometimes fun, sometimes very frustrating.
Right.
So
I'm going to speak from an outsider's perspective who obviously doesn't play that TCG or TCGs in general. Sorry for those who heard me scratching my mouse pad. Anyways, I'm guessing there's no ability to just get a bunch of energies or what would be equivalent to energies in Pokemon?
Well, Transformers doesn't have any resources.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say, imagine you get 2 packs and you're just fucked.
Yeah, it has no resource system, which is one thing that I like.
I feel like I could get into that, honestly.
It's really easy to play. But, yeah, one gripe I have, like, as much as I do love and respect Magic, I get very upset with the game because of how the resource system works.
Dude, it's all
the
about...
fact that you have to... The mana curve and all that.
It's very
It's really annoying.
Yeah. It's pretty crucial. There's no really work around it to, like... There's not really much of a workaround.
Yeah, it can be pretty frustrating. One game I do want to try out, though, is Force of Will, where it uses a resource system, however, it's its own separate deck.
How's the art style?
So, it's really cool, actually. It's a Japanese card game, but you can tell they were heavily influenced by Magic the Gathering, as most card games are.
I see. That's what I was really hoping. I don't know how, but that's what I was really hoping you were going to say, is that A, it isn't just some other anime shit, like it's not just like Weiss Schwartz lookalike shit, or that it, and I was hoping you kind of say it's, would you say it's fair to say it's almost a Japanese take on Magic, art style-wise?
I would probably say so, because it does utilize a lot of fairy tales and mythology.
That's cool.
For their characters.
That's really awesome.
In the game.
That sounds so bad.
Which was kind of like how old Magic was. Like, they had the Arabian Nights set,
right.
Straight up, like Aladdin and things like that. So, yeah, you can definitely tell they were fans of Magic and wanted to make a game that was like that, but different.
Yeah.
So, I think that's kind of neat. Other games like Dragon Ball Super, you can use cards in your hand as your resources. Like, if you have a high cost spell or a card, you're obviously not going to play it turn 1 or 2, so just use it as an energy so you can play other items. So I usually tend to like how different card games either do not have a resource system, or they will just completely like make it a bit different than how Magic is, because it honestly triggers me so much. I hate playing games where I'm just either mana flooded or mana screwed, and it just sucks.
Yeah, one way or the other is not great.
Yeah, and Magic fans are going to be like, just get good and learn how to manipulate the mana curve and play around it.
just cue the Ethan sounds.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was pretty much more or less my week. Oh, actually, finally saw Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh.
Very good movie.
Oh my god!
If anybody hasn't seen it, go watch it.
Isn't it absolutely amazing? I knew when I saw that and how good it was, I was just like, Josh is gonna. Oh my god! I'm surprised you didn't see it in theaters.
I really wanted to, but I never got around to it, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I've just been putting it off on stream. So, like my girlfriend and I got some food, and we were just gonna, we usually put something on YouTube or whatever to eat, and we were trying to think of something to watch, and then she was like, "Oh, we still haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse." So I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and put it on." And we watched it.
Josh likes his Spider-Mans. I know that much.
I love Spider-Man. My favorite hero.
Yeah, like, honestly, even before all this, like, Spider-Man, MCU, Marvel, even pre-MCU, Marvel craze, movie craze, rather, stuff, like, I already know you've loved Spider-Man well before that, so that's really cool.
Yeah, you've seen my stack of comics.
Exactly. Yep, I do remember all that. So, you know what? Fuck it. I don't really have much of a week other than playing. I started replaying Kiwami because they announced that badass Yakuza 3, 4, 5 collection. So,
yeah.
I mean, what else can I say? It's like, it's awesome series.
Like, into that.
Just doing it again, so I'm very excited for that. 3 is out now, of course. For those who don't know, if you get it digitally, of course, if you want the physical version, you have to wait. Or there's not really, it's like, yeah, you gotta wait. But the digital version is available now, and if you buy it, you do get access to 3 right away. It came out, like, I think the day they announced it or shortly after. And then you get 4 in October, and then you get 5 in February of next year. Though I think that's, unless you like Yakuza a lot, like I do, I don't know if that's a great month, because if everything sticks to its release dates, that's when Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remastered, and Cyberpunk all drop. So, for the average, like, gamer that plays all die, like, mainstream gotta play games, maybe that's not the best month to do it. But Yakuza in general is kind of for the niche gamer anyways, so I suppose they weren't really worried about. I mean, Yakuza and Sega don't really try to compete, but Yakuza has been putting up some numbers, though, so it's good. So anyways,
I'm pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So what I was going to say is, since we're talking about Spider-Man already, let's just get into the not so great news that happened this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So before we get to the movie stuff, shortly, it was very shortly before they announced all that. They did announce that they bought Insomniac Studios, the ones who made Sunset Overdrive, and obviously more popularly, the Spider-Man PS4 game, which is phenomenal. So Sony went ahead and bought the studio outright, so now they are a Sony first-party studio, which honestly at this point, it was just a matter of time.
Yeah. It's just the company's MO nowadays. Just buy everything. Yeah. Buy everything.
Now that was the good thing that Sony did this week. The not so great thing that Sony decided to do this week is they nixed their deal with Marvel. So that's awkward.
I thought apparently it was because like Disney was trying to get more of the profit, because apparently like the deal that they originally had was that Disney got 10% of the profits and Sony got 90%, and Disney wanted to do like a 50-50 split or something like that.
Correct. So so basically fuck both of them. That's true. Not just fuck Sony, but fuck Disney also, because they both fucked that deal up. I guess they just didn't. I don't know. They somehow didn't see Spider-Man pulling gangbuster numbers like that, and then now when they did, they got greedy. Disney got greedy. I don't know. It's a really sad situation because the Spider-Man movies were good. Tom Holland as Spider-Man in general, including it in the Avengers movies, was good. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was good. Far From Home, that was a pretty good film too.
Pretty good. So I don't know. It's really a shame that like it's not the first time that corporate greed. Oh god, I'm dripping over here. Anyways, it's not the first time that corporate greed has gotten in the way of a great deal or a collaboration falling through or whatever. But it's really crazy when you think about it because like Endgame was like just like smashed all these records and is like one of the biggest films of all time. And Spider-Man was pretty cool in that, and again in the MCU in general. And then it's just like bye. Like, I wonder how they're even going to, like, address it. I'm sure he's just going to poof out of existence, but it's a little weird considering the events that have gone down, kind of establishing him as a pretty important part of the Avengers.
Oh, yeah, no, especially with the theme of the second film that, he's the one chosen to carry on Tony Stark's legacy and rip.
Yep, so,
I mean, it sucks, but I'm not going to be one of those that are going to wish for Disney to just straight up purchase them so that, Disney can just, get even bigger. Like, that's definitely not my take on it. Like, yeah, sure, it sucks, but okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think some people are getting a little too wild out about it, but it does suck, though. So there's that. That's it for Spider-Man. Bye, Spider-Man. Dude. Where was it? I forgot who shared it, and then I shared it because that made me laugh. I forgot it was you, but the Dr. Evil meme, that was you, right?
The Dr. Evil meme?
It has the Sony guy, and he's just it shows Dr. Evil as Sony, and it says why make billions?
Why make billions when you could make millions? Yeah, I don't know if I shared it. I've definitely seen it.
Yeah, I shared it a lot. I shared it a few times, but I forgot who I got it from, so sorry whoever I stole that from. It was just funny though because I was just like, I mean, basically, even though it wasn't Sony, it was fucking Disney fucking up. But anyways, fuck it. In the good news on the docket, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered finally gets a release trailer, release date / date reveal trailer. It looks awesome. I mean, I agree with what you were saying, that because, okay, I didn't have this conversation with you, but when it first was announced at E3 and I made my little reaction video to the trailer having just dropped, I don't really do reaction videos normally because they're cringy, but I had to for that one because Final Fantasy VIII, right? And when I did it, of course, I had people hitting me up who were just like, yeah, but it's just a little bit of a remaster. It's not like it's a full-on remake. And I was just like, really? Final Fantasy VIII was going to get a remake? Like, I think there's probably 8 games in line that are going to get a full-on remake before Final Fantasy VIII does. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, I wasn't holding my breath for that. And so that's what I've been putting up with prior to this. But obviously we're both excited, as we both really enjoy that Final Fantasy. Do we both agree that it's our favorite one? It is, right? For both of us?
I know for me, it's definitely my favorite. Okay, yeah.
So we're in agreement there. So with that being the case, I think that it's awesome for what we're getting. Like, it looks really clean. I think that the redone visuals and everything are very nice, and I think that it honestly is well worth $20.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's at that price point. I did think it was probably going to be around 30.
Yeah, and I was already
going to a little bit more.
I was already going to double triple dip as we were talking about in private, but I think I probably am just going to triple dip because the way I look at it is it's as if I was buying one AAA title. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm going to be paying like $180 or more for Final Fantasy VII remake, so I mean, there's that. But yeah, no, it's very exciting. Like, September 3rd too, the release date's super soon. At the time of recording this, for those of you who are going to get it on PC, if you are a member of Green Man Gaming, don't worry, it's not like G2A because they actually are a legitimate business. Green Man Gaming is a UK-based key reseller, except they are legit. They're actually running a promo right now, so they're doing the pre-order key for Final Fantasy VIII Remastered on Steam for 5% off. And their stackable 12% off coupon works with it, so you can get it for 17% off, so $4. So you pay $16 to get Final Fantasy VIII on Steam right now at time of recording. If that promo's done, sorry. To get the additional 5% off, I believe you have to be a registered member of Green Man Gaming already. I think like you have to be on their newsletter list, and that'll give you access to those kind of deals. So. Yeah, again, if you plan on getting it on PC, you can get up to 17% off right now in Green Man Gaming, where they're not sponsoring this. But it's still a good deal, honestly. Like $16 is even, but 20 is already worth it. 16 is even better, so there's that.
Yeah, I've had a good experience with Green Man Gaming. I might actually try to get more deets from you after this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll go on that. What else? MK11, the season pass detail. I was going to let you take over on this one because you're the fighting game guy. What do you got to say? What do you think? What do you got to say about MK11's recent announcement?
All right, let's talk about that.
Let's do this.
So sadly, the information got leaked the day beforehand because this is the age of leaks, unfortunately.
Goddamn.
But so they announced it. They released a trailer. Overall, I think the trailer looks fine. It just shows all the characters that are going to make an appearance. I think the only gripe I had is I thought the animation on Joker was really weird, and for those who aren't aware, yeah, you heard me right, the Joker is going to be in it.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. I heard the rumors of the other two, but yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. Like it was speculated beforehand because of some data mining that happened, but it was very like, what? So 2 characters have already released. Shang Tsung came out back in June. Nightwolf just fairly recently came out on the 13th of this month, which is August. I personally haven't had a chance to play Nightwolf. I've just been so busy with like other shit.
Right.
One reaction that I have seen is that some people are not too satisfied with the spread of the characters being released. So going in order, the next character that will be coming out will be the Terminator T-800 model, October 8th, and it's not just going to be the machine, but it will be the Arnold Schwarzenegger, flesh skin and all that.
Right.
Which makes sense, because I think that's when the new movie is going to drop.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken.
It's another tie-in that somehow is less cringy than the Gears 5 one. Yeah,
I think I just found out today that they put like a Gears 5 cross-promotion with that as well.
Oh, that's right. I talked about that with John on the podcast. Yeah, it's weird. Like, they announced it at E3, I believe. Yeah, that's what it was. It was at E3, and they were revealing Gears 5, which already looked mediocre as fuck. And then their whole thing was, guys, but not just Gears 5 without the characters you care about. It's just the kids again, the Vapors. But check this out, guys. How about the new Terminator? And it's like, fucking why? So
the whole thing.
Yeah, so I feel like that's the thing. Like MK like can do so much stupid shit and it's fine, but then like other stuff like Gears 5 doesn't get that free pass.
Well, I think what I find weird is apparently it's just going to be the machine. It's not even like the skin. Like it's not even like a person.
Correct. They said the skin. Yeah, they said how much stupider can we make this, and then they did it.
Yeah, so apparently I guess they couldn't get the rights to use Schwarzenegger's likeness, but
I feel like
they were able to for Mortal Kombat. Though apparently even Ed Boon was surprised himself. But I don't know if they have done confirmation if he's going to be doing the voice or if they're going to have a voice actor kind of sound like him.
Right.
But either way, then that's kind of neat, I guess. I don't hate it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is still such a beast. Like, you saw that clip
where he got drop kicked?
The person tried to drop kick him.
Yeah, that's true.
He
didn't even know what happened. He was like, what?
Yeah, he said, Arnold said, and he was being 100% genuine, because if you see in the clip, he barely moves. Like, he kind of rocks a bit. And he was basically like, yes, this happens everywhere that I go. I thought it was just the crowd getting hyped. That wasn't his exact words, but that's basically what he was saying. He was like, hey, everywhere I go, there's a ruckus, because, I'm fucking Arnold, so, like, people get hyped, and I just thought it was some dude trying to get hype with me. He said, I honestly didn't know someone was even trying to attack me because it just felt like a little push.
Yeah, I thought he thought like somebody was just slapped him real hard on the back or something like that.
Yeah, if he even said hard. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's what is it with? Why does everyone think they're in WWE, dude? You remember the ICP Limp Bizkit one like last year?
Oh, geez, vaguely.
Okay, so basically, apparently ICP still has a feud. Well, they had a feud back in the 90s with Limp Bizkit, or early 2000s or whatever. So apparently they had a feud in the past, and apparently Limp Bizkit went ahead and became adults. Oh God, could you imagine? That's what I'm saying in this story. Anyways, Limp Bizkit went ahead and became adults, and ICP is apparently still stuck in that world, and they still have beef with Limp Bizkit, this beef that apparently Limp Bizkit's not aware of, and Shaggy, one of them, I don't know, the one with, the mask, the clown paint guy, one of them, while they were doing, Limp Bizkit was wrapping up their cover of Faith, which they like to do since, that's actually on their second album, I believe, and Fred Durst was just doing this final yell, really loud, long yell, and then one of the ICP guy came up, whiffed the drop kick. And then Fred Durst turned around, and he basically, his tippy toes touched Fred Durst. His very tippy toes of his shoe touched Fred Durst. He totally missed it, basically. And Fred Durst was like, yeah, I honestly didn't even know he drop kicked me. I just heard him hit the ground from the post drop kick, and the bouncers rushing to get him away from me. But he said if it wasn't for all that commotion, I didn't even know that happened. I just felt a little whew, and then that's it. And then I was, in the middle of a performance, so I didn't really notice it. So that happened, and then now the Arnold thing, and it's just but yeah. So anyways, my whole point is everyone thinks they can drop kick people now as a viable move in real life fighting, so I don't know why that's a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why the guy did that to Arnold. I think the guy's just being a dickhead.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he ended up looking like a pussy. But going back to MK.
Yeah, so moving on. So we got Terminator in October. Then the following month will be Sindel, who hasn't been seen since MK9.
9, yeah.
Then
I'm not
the
crazy
Joker
about Sindel,
on January. And then Spawn will be in March, so that's going to be the last one. I guess I should probably be specific on the dates.
Oh, yeah, that's the whole point we're making.
Yeah, November 26th for Sindel, January 28th for the Joker, March 17th for Spawn. So, I guess my 2 cents regarding the timing is, so I personally am glad that they're not releasing them back to back.
I think it's better, right? Isn't it? I mean, talking from a totally amateur's point of view, just super casual fighting game player, but I feel like that's better. You could give them some time. I
think so, because with Injustice 2, they were releasing each character on a monthly basis.
Yeah, and MK. KI did the same thing for the seasons. They do them month. The first season, excuse me. They changed it in the second season, but. KI did that in the beginning too, where they were doing one character a month. So I don't know. I think that's too congested. Yeah, I'm personally would prefer that they space them out. I will agree that the way that they're spaced is a bit weird because you have Sindel coming out the month after Terminator, and then from there's a 2-month gap afterwards. So from Nightwolf to Terminator, there's a 2-month gap, and then 1 month gap, and then the remainder will be 2 months each. I think that's a bit weird, but there was almost a pattern.
Almost, yeah. I think one reason why they also decided to spread it out was because I think NRS was kind of getting some heat for reports of overworking their employees due to crunch.
Oh, God,
so I think this was kind of their response to that. Okay, fine, we'll spread it out then.
And then those same people that complained are complaining about the gaps being weird.
Yeah, that's kind of been a thing on NRS Twitter.
That's ironic.
Guys, I mean,
please
I'm for them being spaced out.
Yeah.
I think it's too difficult to keep up with all these new characters that are coming out month after month. Because you also have to think about the competitive aspect of it.
Absolutely.
Usually when they came out, you're not going to be able to use the tournament, or you're not going to be able to play the character in the tournament like after 30 days of their release. So
right, to give everyone time to
I'm
get
totally
into them.
fine with them being spaced out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spawn should be pretty cool though. Hopefully people will now shut up about Spawn.
Okay, so now this means that Soul Calibur and MK are totally related now, right?
Yes, they're in the same universe.
It's like now there are so many charts you can draw now. And then once Kiryu's finally in Tekken, like he should be, then we'll be able to draw that chart too.
Well, I mean, technically, Tekken, because Heihachi and Yoshimitsu have been in Soul Calibur, and then Akuma also being in Tekken, so these worlds are merging.
Yep, it's great.
And of course, Negan and Noctis and
yes. the most relevant characters to add to Tekken. I don't know, it's funny, it's ridiculous as shit, but with the exception of Negan, who I can give a fuck less about, like, I actually do like how stupid and all over the place the cameos are. Like, the fact that Geese and Noctis now coexist in the same universe is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Predictable.
Yeah, it's all one giant fighting game world.
So, out of all of them, I'm assuming you're probably the most hyped for Spawn?
Out of all of those...
Yeah.
Probably. I'm curious to really see how he plays. I'm curious how Terminator will play as well. But I wouldn't say, like, I'm super excited to see. But Spawn seems pretty cool. If anything, I'm more curious about how they're going to play rather than, ooh, I can't wait to get my hands and become the best Spawn main.
The best, only the best Spawn mains, because that'll totally be viable in future MK games. I mean, it could be, but you know. That's the thing with,
I bet
like,
so much assets are going to be used on his cape, though.
Oh my god, it's going to be so good. He's going to look great, we know that much. At the very least, he's going to be animated so well.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good in the cinematic little trailer, even though it's very short.
The best thing, the thing I'm most excited for to see from them are their fatalities and X-rays, of course, like any character, how they're all going to look. The Joker looks like, I don't.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, like, oh no, why can't we just have the Joker? Why do we have to have whatever the fuck I saw when I saw that trailer? And I was just like, anyways.
I think he looks better than how he did in Injustice 2, if that means anything.
I know that's a marginal improvement, but yeah, it's an improvement, I suppose, comparing that.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else MK related that you wanted to mention during that?
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure I covered all of it.
Cool. Yeah, it sounded like it. Just wasn't sure if there was like some technical meme that I didn't know or care to read about that you had to cover. But yeah, no, cool. So MK, cool stuff. People are going to complain. I mean, you can't really go to the fact that people are going to complain because everyone's always going to fucking complain.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. GameStop lays off another 100 people. So they are, just die already. Like, actually, like, just stop it. That include their latest layoff, however, did include almost half of Game Informer's staff. Because for those who didn't know that Game Informer was owned by GameStop, well, you don't really need to know that for much longer because neither of those are going to be a thing anytime soon. So, but yeah, so about 19 of those 100 was from Game Informer, so bye. That sucks. It's really insane because you and I have been talking about the downfall of GameStop for ages now. It was one of those things where it was inevitable, so it's not like we were surprised that this is happening, but like, as people who also have worked there before, this is why you gotta kind of watch what you decide to make as your career.
Yeah.
And why it's important to read between the lines. Because, I don't know, there are like, that job was bullshit. Like, And I understand I'm going to get a bunch of people coming after me and be like, well, not everyone has the fortunate ability to get a career in blah, blah, blah. Some people, that's all they could get. That's all they can get. I don't know. I'd be hard-pressed to believe that with effort put in that the best you could get was a GameStop manager job. But maybe some people just can't get jobs. Maybe some people wear furry ears and tails to job interviews and wonder why they don't get jobs. Maybe that's what happened. Anyways, that is such an
I know the job market is very difficult, but
yeah.
I mean, GameStop, yeah.
Come on,
there's a lot of people that work for there and just don't like it, but they have their reasons. I think what sucks the most though is the fact that they had to lay off Game Informer staff because they're just a publication, you know.
Yeah, it's
not even related to the brick and mortar store.
They're like, we're really innocent. We're innocent. We could have published stuff till the very end.
Yeah, if they were to change their business practice for Game Informer, because I think GameStop is the only place where you can obtain it. You know.
Yeah, it is.
So it's why not try to branch it out to other places? You know, start selling them at Target or Walmart or bookstores and stuff like that, rather than just, you want to get her, if you join our GameStop membership thing, you get the magazine. You know, most people don't even read the magazine.
Yeah, Josh, we've talked about this before, you're one of the insane people who gets physical stuff.
I know. I still get the magazines in the mail. And
do you know what the rest of us want whenever they take away our digital media? We just want to get delete. That's why we just want to get deleted by Broken Matt Hardy, and that's all we want. That's what's going to happen to all of us in the end when they take away all our digital libraries and all that stuff. We're just going to actually be gone.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so again, I know I always speak of it so fucking volatilely, but it is a fucked up situation. But at the same time, fuck GameStop though. I think that for those of you who are losing your jobs, my bad, but I still would not take that over saving that fucked up piece of shit store. So, good luck with your resumes. Best of luck doing what you need to do to continue. Come on, guys. You can get something that's going to pay you $12 an hour for probably a lot less bullshit quotas and whatnot.
They don't even have many competitors anymore. There's no more Game Crazy or Game Rush.
Go work at Best Buy. You go work at the Best Buy game department. Just go do that. Well, at least Best Buy's not going anywhere anytime soon. Even if they kill that off, you'll at least get moved to another department or something. Yeah. All right, guys. So today's episode is brought to you by. You can use our promo code DisconnectedCast at lootcrate.com. No, I'm just joking. You can't because they're super fucking dead. That's what you got
for bankruptcy.
That's what you guys get for rejecting our application for sponsorship. Maybe that's why you guys rejected it. I don't know. But anyways, Loot Crate, super dead. Who would have thought that repurposed $20 worth of flea market video game discount bullshit was not going to appeal to people for too long? I did.
Yeah, I got two of those crates. The main reason why was because they had a promo card for Transformers. So
there you go.
So I stacked two promo codes so that I got my crate for maybe $12. It was real cheap.
There you go.
And then I forgot to cancel the subscription in time, so I got second one. But I got my card. It's cool, but everything else that comes in it was just so low quality.
It really is. I got one. I got the Overwatch one because when Overwatch came out, I was a big Overwatch mark, and I got the Overwatch Loot Crate that came out, and it's a bunch of nonsense, repurposed shenanigan bullshit. It's all this shit you see at the GameStop clearance shelf, they just shoved into the box.
Pretty much. I think the only thing in there that I really like, if even, was this Naruto glass. But it feels like a cheap glass you can get at Walmart, a cheap plastic glass that will probably, the design will scratch off after a few uses.
It's not cool. That's not cool collector's cups Batman Forever.
Oh, the old McDonald ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are fucking.
Yeah, otherwise everything else was super cheap. Like, one of them came with a alien face hugger washcloth for your face, but the material felt so cheap. It's like I felt it was gonna
give you a rash.
Oh, like just using it once and then it just starts ripping apart.
And it probably is. I feel like the shit in there really would. Like, the highest quality thing in most of them is like the bullshit crossover shirt that you get. It's always some fucking dumbass shirt of like Walking Dead and Star Wars, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I know one of the ones I got was, the shirts are fine, but I didn't care much for the designs. One of them was Adventure Time, which I haven't watched a lot of Adventure Time, so I'm not the hugest fan. The second one, I don't even remember what it was. The second loot crate was like sci-fi themed, so it's probably space themed. I don't know what it was about them.
Right. Right. So, the actual news part of that, just real quick, I almost forgot to Eva. I was just so busy making fun of them. They did file for bankruptcy, and they did say that they basically fired everyone, but kept a minimal staff on to work on putting out the final crates before they shut their doors permanently. So, you will get, for those of you who got the last crates, you're still going to get them. Okay. For whatever that means to you, how much you love those crates. Hey, if you're a big Loot Crate fan, well, I mean, good while it lasted, I suppose. They still lasted a while.
Yeah, it was around for a few years.
So there's that.
But yeah, I have heard. I'm not too surprised because their stuff was cheap, so I can't imagine a lot of people like really sticking through with them.
No, and I feel like I want to know what the longest. Well, yeah, other than that one insane person who's probably had every loot crate since day one, I want to know what the average person's run was. Like, how long does the average person stick with it before they just go "fuck this" and canceled?
Yeah. Well, one thing I heard was from the Transformers TCG group I'm in on Facebook, because eventually they did, the items that they sell or that they give in the loot crate, eventually you can get them a la carte.
Right.
And so people were like, oh, okay, well, I missed out on getting the crate, so I'll just order the promo card from them. And I think it was like $15 people were spending on.
Oh, God.
And I heard so many terrible stories, like, people were getting ghosted when trying to contact their customer service because they never got, the card never came in. They never got information about it being shipped out.
And what's fucked up is everyone knows why, right? It's because the a la carte thing wasn't to be cool. It's because they sold the, 3 they had left. And they probably had no, one keeping track of... Because that's all it is. Think about it, right? Why else would you sell the shit a la carte? Oh, not enough people bought this fucked up crate, so now we're going to sell everything piecemeal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably what ended up happening, is they were like, oh, shit, people care about this card? Fuck.
Yeah, and then also, when people did get the card, it was shipped in horrible condition.
Fucking bent and
so
shit.
The card would be ripped or horribly bent.
Fuck all.
Which just immediately depreciates the value.
Hell yeah, it does. That's the fucking worst. Honestly, that's actually the worst for a collector of cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I'm glad I got it when I did. Fortunately, it's not like a huge meta card yet.
It's just collectors, right?
You never know.
More for...
Oh, yeah, for collector reasons. But, yeah, so, kind of sucks, so I'm not too surprised that they're kind of going bye-bye.
Go bye-bye. So, that's enough talking about going bye-bye. Now we're talking about people who are here to stay. Although this one got in trouble, so... Here we go. Alright, 3D Realms, best known for Duke Nukem 3D, Shadow Warrior. Got a really cool engine for those those games were really classic, this particular era of first-person shooters. They released a new game recently called Ion Fury. Now, they already had their tiffs with Iron Maiden's rights company. They already got sued because it was originally called Ion Maiden and had a bunch of Iron Maiden references in it. And then Iron Maiden's holding company decided, fuck that, you're going to pay us this much or remove it. They lost that loss. I don't know if they lost it, but they settled to take everything out. So then they renamed it from Ion Maiden to Ion Fury. All the Steve Harris and Iron Maiden references were completely removed. Anything Eddie looking was repurposed. And all that good stuff. Now they're in trouble because the game contains several sexist and transphobic jokes, which is very popular in 2019. This is gotta be, their team did great research in being like, you know what flies now in 2019? Sexist and transphobia. It's the best.
I saw it. Oh, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, so yeah, they got in trouble for that, but you saw what?
I did see it was on Twitter, Casey Explosion was kind of mentioning that, and because apparently they said they issued an apology and said they were going to remove it, but she was kind of saying stuff like, why was it even there in the first place?
So this article on Kotaku made a really good point that this person doesn't support it. So disclaimer: Nathan Grayson, who wrote this article, does not support it, but they did make a pretty decent point in the article, which is it does draw on similar humor. Where if this came out when Duke Nukem 3D and Shadow Warrior dropped, people probably wouldn't have given a fuck.
Right.
But
it 90s and all that.
But it isn't that time period, so maybe not. But I do like the fact that he made the point that it did seem like it would have fit back then. I think that's a very fair point to make because people just seem to overlook as if the industry's always been perfect and we don't have insensitive shit like this in past games when I was playing shit like Postal 3 and Duke Nukem, anything basically. So, I like the fact that he made that point, but of course it is wrong still, and they shouldn't have done that, and again, do your market research would have shown that's not a good idea to do. I guess they were trying to go against the grain, and the grain went back against them. Now, the thing that made it further volatile, the situation, is that there were screenshots from a Discord where one of the lead developers, who goes on the handle Terminx, had made comments about how SJWs are fucking nuts. That'll
blow over smoothly.
Yeah, not doing too good with the PR side of things. They have, of course, said that they do understand. God, I'm so tired. They do understand that, that it is an oops, even if they disagree. Is kind of what they said in so many words. They're basically like, look, I really don't get what's the big deal, but we'll remove it because apparently it's a big deal. Allegedly it's a big deal, so we are going to take it out. I think that the kind of hesitant backhandedness of the way they keep addressing the situation's a little weird. I don't think it's quite, in my opinion, I don't think it's quite Respawn, all gamers are asshats. But I do think that it is weird. It's like, apologize to me. Well, I mean, you're wrong, but here's my apology. I mean, I don't agree. Personally, I think you're wrong, but here's my apology. It's like, I don't know. It's not great. Like, for example, there were soap bottles in the game, like Oil of Olay parodies that said, "Oh, gay." And there is a secret area where you can find the word fag bag written in the wall. So, not great. Obviously, the LGBTQ community is extremely upset by this, understandably so. And again, they just continue to be like, I mean, like, guys, come on now. All right, fine. You guys can't take a joke. We'll take it out. Just like, stop saying that, though. Please stop making, look, we get it. You don't agree. I think you've made that more than clear when you said that SJWs are fucking nuts. I think we got that point. But please stop doing that. Just take it out or don't, honestly, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck because I think that I'd be very surprised even if they patch it out, that members of the LGBTQ community and feminists are gonna be like, all right, now we're gonna play it. I feel like they've pissed them off already, so I think that player base
a whole bunch of them are already boycotting it.
Yeah, so. I feel like that's already a lost cause. So IMHO, this is kind of a little too late. Kind of no point in patching it out now. I think that they should kind of do, in a way. This is again my opinion. This doesn't reflect Josh's opinion or anyone else's. They should. I kind of almost hope they went the hatred route and just said, Well, I mean, because guess what? All the people who are edgy or don't care are still going to play the game. I mean, like, sorry guys, it's a great game. I've been playing it. It's good. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm not going to just stop playing the game now because, one, I paid for it, and I can't get a refund now because I'm more than 2 hours in. And two, it is a good game. So, sorry. I mean, it's not like, again, anyone who is going to, my whole point being, anyone who's going to play it is going to play it. Everyone who's going to boycott it now isn't going to unboycott it because you're taking it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, the only thing I can really see is that they'll avoid future people who are in a bubble and didn't hear about this from, like, freaking out if they see it at a future time. That's the only thing I could see. But, yeah, not great, man. Another example of devs just not handling a situation very well.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking guys. 3D Realms, come on, guys. We understand you're stuck in the 90s. Your engine is literally the one from your engine and developable. Yeah, your developable. Cycle is completely still from the 90s. We get it. You're, like, actually an item from the past here in the present. But
literally a relic.
But please just stop. Minecraft is looking pretty cool. Nvidia showed a tech demo recently at Gamescom that they're going to be adding ray tracing ability to Minecraft. It looks amazing. For those who don't know what ray tracing is, it's like a really advanced lighting and true shadow lighting system that Nvidia is pushing on a lot of their newer graphics cards, so a lot of games are going to be using it now. Anyone who's been keeping track of PS5 and Project Scarlet news noticed that both of them bragged about being ray tracing compatible. So, We'll see. It makes everything look really badass. I'm going to link the trailer below, but it gives cave situations true darkness, where when a shadow is cutting over like an area where it's like part light because there's light shining through the top, God rays look more accented, and then there's true darkness in the shadows, and it makes it look so much cooler. I think Minecraft should always have the blocky charm it has. I think that's what makes it appealing. I think that these people, I've heard actual idiots go, they need to update the graphics for Minecraft. Like, I'm tired of this having shit graphics. It should be looking like Square Enix's cinematics. No one actually said that, because anyone who would say that has never touched a Square Enix game. But basically they're like, Minecraft should have the epic graphics. It's like, that's not the point of Minecraft. That's actually
I wish Minecraft didn't look like Minecraft.
Basically, is what they're saying. So, but I think this is a cool way to update the feel and look of the game without fucking up the aesthetics. So, very cool. Very cool. Excited for that. Did you or have you ever or want to ever play Minecraft much? I played a lot, so, I mean.
Yeah, I never really got too into it, no.
Is it something you feel like with friends you could have? Or is it something where you felt like if you had a steady group of friends playing it, you would, or just the game itself just doesn't appeal to you?
I think those kind of games just aren't for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Anytime I've tried to play something like that,
falls through.
Yeah, for sure. Like Rust. I know Rust is very different, but it's still the very the sandbox kind of game.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not really for me. If people enjoy it, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it. I know I did like a Minecraft. They had a Minecraft themed escape room at PAX. I played that. That was cute. Cool.
But yeah, I agree. It's not for everyone, but yeah. One thing I will say is, as I am the age of someone now who probably, if I wanted kids, I should have them soon or should have already had them, because getting old. But I will say though that my friends who do have kids, it is kind of cool seeing them want to play a game that really does make them express themselves or imagination, and I'd rather see them play that than Fortnite. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to diss Fortnite. No, but really though, it is a cool, I don't know, like, it's a game that does make you use your brain. Like, they have like the redstone mechanic there where you can set up basically a fucking, what is it, a Rube Goldberg machine or whatever like that, or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, you can make these very complicated. There are complicated mechanics within the surface of the game that can be taken advantage of by intelligent people, so that's why I never use them. But it's a cool game. I think for kids especially, it's a fantastic game. I'm not like, keep the kids away from GTA. I really don't care. I really don't care if they want to, but I do like to see when kids still
probably much more like mentally stimulating game.
Exactly, and I do appreciate when I see kids actually want to be. It's like when I see a kid reading a book, I'm like, fuck, like holy shit, you're a fucking rarity. God damn. Like it's sad, but it's just true. No one cares about that shit anymore. Everyone literally just wants to be on their phone, and it's actually really sad. I hate to be that old man that's just crying about that now, but you know. So, anyways, Minecraft's cool. Getting ray tracing. So Rockstar has recently promoted all their current testers on staff to full time. As of October, Jesus. As of August 1st, this was a thing. They also they had a very strict no cell phones on the floor rule, which has been lifted. And they're also working with their employees and doing a very good job of working with their schedule for flex hours. So maybe get you a little bit below 40 as a full-timer if that's something you're more into. Maybe working 35 hours, maybe not your full 40, as well as trying to get OT for those who are trying to grind it out. So, you know, they got good changes coming along. But here's the thing I want to say about this is these are great changes. Congratulations to Rockstar for doing this. However, Rockstar, you're not entirely off the hook because you are one of the most piece of shit companies when it comes to abusing your employees and doing crunch. You guys bragged about it until the backlash. And as far as I'm concerned, you only changed your ways because you got bitched at a lot. So I don't think you guys are really being good people. That being said, it is still a good change, but I know, isn't it? I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's really tough, right? Because I should be happy that they made these great changes, but I'm really disappointed still that they were forced to do them. I have one of those mixed feelings things.
I mean, at least there's some change being done. Like, I get there's still that bad taste in your mouth, you know? Yeah. It's like, you're only doing this because everybody got mad. Like, why didn't you do this in the beginning? But
yeah, just be like
they could have just decided to keep being assholes.
Yeah, just be like Respawn and call your employees asshats. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I mean, how do you? I mean, and actually, you know what? That's a redundant question. We just answered it exactly. Your answer was there already within your response to me, which is, yeah. I mean, yeah, they were, you know, but they could have been shitty still. So I agree with that. It's a step in the right direction. It is just kind of one of those things where it's just like you betray me for so long that like, it's still a little hard for me to just give them a pass because. But it's hard for me not to because you are doing something good. So I'm just stuck. My hands are tied, basically.
Yeah, pretty much like all you can do at this point is just make sure that they keep improving and essentially that they stick to it and not go back. Once
everyone looks away. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Gears 5. Fuck them. Okay, I'm not going to even cover this story because I do want to wrap it up soon because we're going like way over, but not way over. But anyway, it's longer than my plan. Anyways, but Gears 5 did announce that their monetization was going to be player friendly. Fuck you. There's no such thing as player friendly monetization. Fuck off. Fuck Gears 5. But one thing that is cool. So Destiny 2, I mean, obviously you and I have both not played or given a fuck about Destiny in a long time.
It's been a while, sadly.
Yeah, Destiny 1 I played a lot of at launch, then didn't give a fuck, and then Taken King is amazing, and then I didn't give a fuck, and then Destiny 2 sucked ass, and then I didn't give a fuck, and then the microtransaction invasion happened, and I didn't give a fuck, but now, ever since they split from Activision Blizzard, the true test was Bungie always talked a big game about how Activision Blizzard's the one fucking them and like they're the ones getting in the way of this game they've always wanted to make. You know, Activision Blizzard is the one who made this a serial franchise as opposed to this big WoW like continuation they wanted to do, so on and so forth. So for those who have hopped in there, including Angriest Pat from Castle Super Beast, apparently it's been getting pretty good. He even had his reservations as well until people he respected got back into it, made him think these guys are actually smart people. If they think it's good and got into it, there must be something to this. So he's jumped in, he's been in on it, and he really likes it. Of course, Shadow Keep's not out yet, or whatever the fuck they're going to call it. But
should be October.
Yeah, that comes out in October. So when it launches on Steam and goes away from the Blizzard launcher, BattleNet, and it goes to Steam, all that's going to take place then. But they are making a lot of good calls. A lot of this stuff is being fixed. They are completely removing the microtransaction store. Thank you. Good stuff. I mean, that obviously does seem like an Activision Blizzard thing more so than a Bungie thing. That's a great change. They're also retooling the way you craft your gear. If you've broken down your weapon, you can now get let's just say you broke down Gallahorn because Gallahorn's worthless right now, but then it becomes good in the future. Because you had it at one point, you can gather the ingredients and recraft it again and hopefully get a better version, so on and so forth. So they seem to be doing a lot of cool stuff mechanically, very smartly.
It's almost like they did what they did in the first one.
Exactly. So they kind of are back on the right track, and it does seem really cool. I may get back into Destiny 2 on PC. I never got into a PC. I got it on PS4, but what I mean is I'm going to convert to PC because, it does seem like they're doing the right thing. But you know what, Josh? I don't have to abandon my PS4 friends because guess what? There's going to be crossplay between PC, PS4, and Xbone. But what's even better is the fact that all your progress is cross-save now also. So you're not just going to have cross-play, you're going to have cross-save. So I can continue on PS4 when I want to, and then hop back on PC when I'm feeling it. So, good shit. I mean, Crucible's going to suck ass for console players. But
yeah.
But at the same time, though, I don't know. I think this community thing's kind of cool. I still think it's funny that Sony waited till the last 15 hours before finally signing the crossplay agreement because Sony is so scared of crossplay for some fuck all reason. But whatever. They still agreed to it eventually. Bungie. Google Stadia, since that's going to be dead in 6 months, is not going to be part of the crossplay ecosystem. It's going to be its own save files and own world for gameplay because I think that even Bungie knows that Stadia is pretty much a flash in the pan. So, yeah,
they're just going to be there on their own. We've got this.
Guys, all the Stadia players are playing together. Oh wait, there aren't any. So there's that. Alrighty, so the final topic on the docket, if you want to get involved on the conversation and talk to us on the Magic School Bus, you can hit us an email at disconnectedcastmail@gmail.com. Once again, that's disconnectedcastmail@gmail.com. And the final topic is not really going to be related to a news one like what we normally do. It's just a simple, it might not be simple. It's just a curiosity I had sometime this week, which is, Josh, what is the best game that you've heard of, maybe even dabbled in, but never really played?
The best game that I've heard of and dabbled in but didn't really play?
Yeah, say you played an hour in The Witcher. It'd be The Witcher.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
I'm sure.
I mean, I miss out on a lot, but I don't know if there was something that I dabbled in. And
okay, or if you haven't dabbled in, aside The Witcher, what's a blockbuster 100% of people would taste like the game that you just never played yourself, if anything?
Oh, geez, wow, I mean, what's the criteria? I haven't played Red Dead 2 yet, still.
Okay, there's that. That's one. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, everybody seems to love that one. Finally got to touch Nier.
Yeah, so you did get to that one. Yes, and I'm happy that you did because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean,
Witcher
3 did get a lot of praise, and I haven't touched it yet. I played. Actually, technically, I didn't. I booted up The Witcher and then watched the opening cutscene, and then I got busy doing something else. So yeah, so I guess you could say I dabbled in that, but didn't really play it.
Right.
There's a few right there.
Yeah, it's tough. There's a lot for me as well. One I would consider there, even though I do have a few hours in it, is Bloodborne. I feel like it's obviously an amazing game. I'm not good at it, but I know it's a game you can get good. But I didn't play much of it. I feel like the 3 hours I did play is not enough, obviously. And I do feel like I should get in there and learn it, so that way I can get good enough to play it. And because I know that there's a phenomenal game in there. Everyone I know loves that game. Even people I know that normally aren't into the Souls games or FromSoft games love that game. So there's something special there that I know I'm missing out on, and that to me is the one.
Really good.
That is the one to me where I need to get in there. I need to get in there. So yeah, that's what I would eventually go back into. For a while, for me, when it first came out, of course I've played it a lot since, but back when it first came out was Last of Us. I was late to the party on that one.
Oh man, I own it, but I haven't even touched it.
I beat it like a month before the remastered came out, and then I played it again. So that's another one that came to mind where I was late to the party. Another one, of course, was my example in the past topic, which I believe was like game that the hype pissed me off, which is Undertale. Undertale is a great game that was not because I was late to the party by any sort of accident. I was fuck Undertale fans. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's still sitting in my Steam library, actually.
I did eventually get to it, though, and Undertale's a phenomenal game that I missed out on in the initial 2 or 3 years because everyone pissed me off about it because they wouldn't shut the fuck up about, like, I don't know, man. It's a good game, though. It's a good game, but that was an example of that, too. There's a few. I'm sure if we go through our libraries, there'll be a little too much of games that are great that are sitting there that we just never touched.
Make a YouTube video on it.
Oh, you know what? That would actually make a good one, probably. I actually wouldn't mind that. But yeah. Alrighty, y'all. I'm sure. So if you guys have an email or comments or hit us up on social media, I'm sure a lot of people can probably relate to or make a plethora of games on their list of stuff that's great that they never touched, like Nier. And guess what? If you guys haven't played Nier Automata, you guys should. It's really good.
It's fun stuff. It's good. The soundtrack, so amazing.
Oh, and an example of a game that like I would have told you to fuck the fuck away from that I'm going to redact that statement as No Man's Sky. My favorite example. Like For Honor
go back in time and like punch your past self.
Well, no, because
later.
Yeah. It's good later. Yeah. There you go. That's what I would say. Yeah, it's like For Honor was like shitty when it came out and it got okay. There's a few examples of turnarounds, but to me, No Man's Sky is the best. Like what the fuck? Like what a 180 is good stuff. All right, Mr. Josh, where can our listeners find you as we hit the 1 hour mark?
So you can find me at YouTube at ShiroPlay5. Twitter is Joshiro Joestar. Instagram is the same, but I'm not really on Instagram as much. So, bleh.
Was there a thing you wanted to plug? This is me kind of like offhandedly trying to remind you just in case, or is that something you wanted to talk about later, like something you're working on?
Currently nothing yet.
Okay,
I am slowly trying to write up a script for a video regarding some toxicity in the FGC and the controversy of Evo and the player infiltration.
Man, from what we talked about, from what you told me about that off podcast, I'm really looking forward to when you eventually drop that because it sounds fucking intriguing. That whole saga is a fucking weirdness.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry. Like, on Twitter, there were so many infiltration stands, that are like...
They're really
It seems like their only defense was that the whole case was blown out of proportion and things like that, but nobody ever put up any sources, and everything that I found is pretty cut and dry that he was guilty.
Right.
I mean, even if claims were blown out of proportion, he was still guilty.
Yeah, I think that some people have a really hard time differentiating the fact that... even, like you just said yourself, even if evidence was blown out of proportion or slightly out of context, if it's true, it's true. So
yeah,
never forget that. That doesn't make someone innocent because it was exaggerated slightly.
Mm-hmm. But that's something I'm slowly working on.
Cool.
So
I'm definitely
once I get that out, I'll probably I'll probably let y'all know.
Yeah, and honestly, let me know because I will push that because I'm very excited to see how that turns out. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, you can find me on what the fuck am I on? Oh yeah, my handle is ZDRocker pretty much everywhere. You guys find me at SummationEntertainment.com, and you can find all Disconnected Cast episodes, past, future, and present on disconnectedcast.com. And until next week, we will see you guys at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So until the next episode, we will see ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.